Good afternoon, everybody. How's it going? My name is Ryan Bride, and this video is going to be going over how to write effective cold emails and outbound messages for saturated and highly competitive markets. I wanted to make this video because I think it is super important because so many of us are targeting really highly competitive industries and markets, and it can be hard to make your message stand out. And I wanted this video to be how to do so. For some background, so I run an outbound marketing agency called Breakout Creatives. We work with B2B SaaS companies, other agencies, and consultants as well, helping them double their pipeline in under 90 days, strictly using cold email. So let's get right into this video and kind of talk about competitive markets as a whole, right? So spoiler alert, if you don't know already, you are not the only person targeting a certain industry with your outbound messages and cold emails. Unless you are sending emails targeting ergonomic offices in Western Switzerland that have exactly 18 employees and were founded in 2012, you are going to have competition. Now, competition can be seen as a good thing or a bad thing. Some pros: if you're good at what you do, it is easy to stand out. Some cons: if you're not, you will be lumped into the masses with the same boring and saturated message, and getting any results will be like finding a needle in a haystack. But competition is inevitable. It's going to happen. People are going to sell the same thing as you to the same people as you. And it is your job and obligation to find a way to be the one that stands out, grabs attention, and converts that into a sale. So this document is going to show you how to do that using cold email, even when targeting the most saturated markets like e-commerce, marketing agencies, and the SaaS and software space. Let's dive right into this. So to start, just a little bit of proof on my end, so you know I'm not just talking out of my ass. The only reason I thought to make this video is because we're currently running something with a client of ours that we just started working with, and they are targeting small e-commerce founders and marketing roles, which is like one of the most saturated niches there are. And we booked them 22 calls in their first month, which is pretty cool. So wanted to share some things that we're kind of doing on that end to get results like this. So let's start off with offer fatigue. So think about this kind of analogy that I came up with, right? If you ate your favorite food for every single meal for like 3 days, what would happen? It would probably be sick, right? If you could have a nice pizza for every single meal for 3 days, it would probably be great. Now, what if you had to eat nothing but that same pizza for about a month straight? It would probably start to feel old, right? You'd be sick of it by day 30, it would suck. Now, what about a full year eating nothing but pizza or a burger every single meal, every single day? It would probably be absolutely terrible, right? The exact same principles exist when it comes to the offers that you put in front of people. What worked extremely well in 2021 worked a bit less in 2022 and works even less in 2023 and 2024 and so on. This is because the more that people are exposed to certain things, the less glamorous and flashy that they become. They've seen stuff like this before. This can be referred to as offer fatigue. So for example, e-commerce store owners probably get hit up every single day being pitched email marketing. Does this mean that they will never not buy it? Not at all. But does it make them more immune to seeing it and sick of seeing the same offer over and over? 100%, right? This is just how offers work. When you continuously see the same thing over and over again from the same people, it starts to get a bad stigma around it. Even if, you're really, really good at what you do and what you offer, the more that people see it, the more kind of less flashy and less impact it has on them because they've seen it before. So now that we kind of understand what this is, let's get into how we can get around this and how we can fix this. So the second point I want to talk about is why in saturated markets, being different of any kind is automatically better. If you sell a popular offer to a popular audience, you're a lot like grains of sand on a beach. To the naked eye, you are quite literally all the same. Us lead gen guys, to people who are not in this space, we all look the same, right? We do. There's nothing setting you apart from the 10, 20, 100 other competitors that you have. That's why if you're trying to sell something that is competitive like this and you do anything that is different than your competition, you are getting a leg up, right? Like when you can do something on your end, whether it's a unique mechanism or whether it's not, whether it's your cold emails look a bit different, you're offering them something a bit different. Different is better in saturated markets. Now, here's some of the best ways that I think you can differentiate yourself in your outbound. Number 2A of this point is being aware of the saturation that exists. One of the best things that I believe that you can do on your end of your outbound messages and cold emails is being aware of the level of offer fatigue that your audience experiences and feels, right? So let's pretend you send an email to an e-commerce brand owner and you say, hey, Ryan, look, we had this crazy idea you've probably never heard of. It's called email marketing, where we'll send emails to customers of yours and we can like promote your products, try and get them to buy it. Would you be interested in something like this? They're going to tell you to pound sand or to kick rocks, right? They are 99.999% aware of what email marketing is. They probably use it for their brand. They have a very high level of sophistication when it comes to this. Now, let's take the other side of this idea and send something to the same brand owner saying something along the lines of this. Hey, Ryan, look, I'm sure you get emails like this all the time about helping your email marketing. I was going through your abandoned cart flow and just came up with a few ideas on how you can improve conversions on it by like 15 to 20%. Any interest in a 45-second video just showing you how? By showing that you're aware of the competition that exists, makes it so much better for the person on the other end. And the reason that this works is because it gets rid of the stigma and the fatigue of the offer, because you're the one addressing it, not the prospect. When you come to someone and you say, hey, John, look, I know you get a bunch of emails like this, it immediately takes away that sales kind of guard that they have up. And because you're the one addressing it, it lowers that instantly, right? It reads as like this thought going through somebody's head where it's like, okay, I mean, this guy knows there's a lot of people trying to sell this, but you know what? I appreciate his effort in mentioning it and trying to be different. And sometimes that thought that goes through their head right there is all that you need for a call to be booked or a sale to go through. So addressing the stigma head on before the prospect does lowers their guard to saying yes to you, which is all that you're trying to do in your outbound, in your cold emails. 2B is going to be trying to focus on being extremely value driven in your outbound messaging that you're sending. There's an Alex Hormozy quote that I saw that goes something along the lines of this. I kind of butchered it, but it's something along the lines of, I love when I come across hard shit that I have to do in my work because I know that nobody else wants to do it. And when I do it and do it better than anybody else would have, I know how much further it will put me ahead than everyone else. And this same principle can be applied to selling in saturated markets. You will have the best chance of selling your product by giving the most value and doing the most unscalable thing in an attempt to gain the trust of the prospect versus someone who just asks for a prospect's time or gives them some garbage guide or here's a asset of trash, right? Let's say you have 10 people trying to sell the exact same email marketing service that I've been talking about this entire time. They're all, the same ability, same social proof, right? 6 of them send cold emails and they ask for 30 minutes of time from these brand owners. 2 of them send over a case study of a similar brand that they've been working with. 1 of them offers a Loom video to give them an audit of one of their flows. And the last one goes out and builds an entire checkout flow for them and says, I guarantee this will outperform your current flow by 15% or I'll give you $100. Now, I'm just using random examples to try and drive this point home, and I actually don't know that much about email marketing, so apologies if that sounds stupid, but you should get the point, right? The value that you send over to a prospect you're trying to sign as a customer for your business needs to far succeed anything else that competitors in your market are trying to give over. The prospect receiving whatever value that you send should receive your cold email, your message, and quite literally think to themselves, how did they even come up with it? Like why would they take time out of their day to prepare this for me and send it to me? This would have taken them like hours, or like, wow, this must have cost them money if they did this, and this. Like that is the level of value that you should be sending over to prospects. And that is how to win in competitive markets. Completely absurd amounts of experience-backed value to people for free. So a good example of this that we're doing right now is one of our clients that we're running an offer for is doing short and long form content for SaaS founders, okay? And our entire cold email campaign is based around the fact that if they get on a call with us, our client will make them 3 high quality edited short form videos for them to use for free. That is the value that we are giving over. And in about the first week of sending, we had over like 10 calls booked on like 2,500 emails. Because why would you say no, right? Like that is the level of value that you should try and emphasize on giving over if you want to win in saturated markets. Do the unscalable thing. And I promise you that it will help you. The more that you give, the more that you will end up receiving in some kind of way, right? To conclude, competition doesn't always have to be a bad thing. In fact, most of the time, it confirms the number one thing that you are looking for as a business owner, which is that there is demand for your stuff, which is huge, right? And if you can find a way to stand out amongst your competition, especially when prospecting and reaching out to other companies, if you can truly be seen as the best at what you do, you and your business will have an absolutely massive advantage in your ability to sign new customers, and you will outlast and win against everyone selling similar products or services as you. I hope this video helps. I just had a lot of ideas on my mind of what we're kind of doing in some campaigns right now and how you guys can benefit from that. Some more resources on us I will leave at the bottom of this document right here. A few case studies of ours, a few other lead magnets that we're using to get some pretty cool reply rates and book some meetings for people, which turn into some cold hard cash. So I really hope that this video helped. Thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.